Hey everyone, welcome to this review. I don't know if you can see the picture very well, depending on the kind of screen like that. If you have a screen like that, it's probably a little easier. If not, I'm going to probably have to use my Vegas Studio to brighten this up a little bit, brighten contrast later on. So while you're watching it, like on a boob tube computer screen, it'll be a lot clearer. Anyway, I'm here to do a review. Because I'm a fan, I'm a watcher of the classic Game Room series, and of course of Angry Video Game Nerd. I'm here to, well, you've probably noticed in some of my videos on my main account, which is right here, and my backup account, which, well, if you put the 98 after the name, you'll get who that is. You'll see what I mean. But anyway, I thought I'd do a review on a gaming console that I've had in storage and recently brought out in the past month or so. And in fact, it's one of the first gaming consoles of I guess you can say the 6th generation that kind of started the revolution towards better gaming. And I'm talking about none other, as you could probably see, and like I said, it all depends on the lighting, if you can see that. Well, I should just put it back down, shouldn't I? It's the PlayStation. It's the original Sony PlayStation. Now, this came out about 1995, 96, I believe. Actually, I think it was about 1995, 96. I really can't remember when the PlayStation was created. Maybe if I go on line here. Let me go to Google, type it in. Well, it's actually, okay, here's the correct saying of it. You can probably read it. I'm not sure if you can or not, but you can probably read that. It says it is a 5th generation video game console. So it's basically doing the 5th generation. And it was released in 1994. So I got this game about a year and a half, 2 years after it was originally released. I think I got it for my birthday, I believe. And this right here, even though it's part of the 5th generation of games, started the revolution of gaming consoles, of gaming all over the world. Now, we've had a lot of gaming consoles before that, like the Sega Saturn, which was a CD game, and not just the Sega Saturn, but then you had the TurboGrafx with the the add-on, and you had the Jaguar with their add-on, and these were CD add-ons. You basically had to buy them. They weren't part of the console. You had to buy them and connect them. But anyway, this is connect them, and now this here though. This all came about because an original partnership that was planned between Sony and Nintendo. What Sony apparently, I think, was trying to do with Nintendo was do a CD add-on for them. I believe that's what was going on. In fact, here's the wording right here. It says SNES CD. So they basically, and right here they even say that Nintendo approached Sony as well. So basically, Nintendo was approaching Sony. They had also approached Philips later on, but they approached Sony to do a CD add-on, similar, I think, to Sega Genesis, where you had the Sega CD. But I guess that fell through or something like that. And you know, they went all out according to this. If you read this, this is on Wikipedia, and I'll give you the address right there. But basically, they had made an announcement back in '91, but that fell through. And I guess according to this at the end, if you can read that, but like I said, you got the Wikipedia address, it seemed that Nintendo had reached a deal where PlayStation would have some kind of a port. I don't know if it'd be like right here or on the sides, or I don't know, where you'd still be able to play SNES games, but Nintendo would have all the rights and receive the bulk of the profits. And that the Super Nintendo would still use the Sony design audio chip. But before that happened, I guess PlayStation, people at Sony decided, you know, we're going to rework the concept to target a new generation of hardware and software. And I guess the cartridge port, which I don't know where it would have been here, was dropped. But anyway, the PlayStation came out, like I said, around holidays in the holidays of 1994. I got mine about a year and a half later, in '96, on my birthday, I believe. And these, and as you can see here, and you can see this all at the Wikipedia page, these are all the accessories. Like, here's the original controller. I have one of the original controllers. I don't know where it's at. It's buried, but I had to buy some alternatives. And there are alternatives out there for the PlayStation. And here's the memory card. I don't know what I do with my memory card, so... And then, of course, you have the PAL version right there, and that's the PAL version of the PlayStation, I guess. I guess they had some kind of different versions where you can do like VCDs and things. I'm just reading this down. And then, of course, as we all know, around 2000, the PlayStation 2 was redesigned. They redesigned it with the addition, this is the redesign, but they did it with the addition of having a screen made and a car adapter so that people can play the PlayStation games in the cars, I guess. I mean, can you imagine though if you're in front of the car and you're sitting and your husband or what you get, and the person driving is kind of punched in? You get the idea. Well, you get the idea. I mean, it sounds like a good idea, but only for like passengers. So, and there was a few things that it lacked, you know, that is on here on the PlayStation, original PlayStation. It lacked a few things, so I guess that was one of the reasons, you know, it was discontinued about 6 years later. And then, of course, as we know, here are the successors. This one I do have, these I don't. So basically it had a lot to do. I mean, you could play your audio CDs on here, but mostly your games. There's like I said, you can all find this, the memory, the information, everything. The RAM memory was like, you know, 2 megabytes for main RAM, 1 megabyte for video, 512 gigabytes for sound, and CD-ROM buffer 32 gigabytes, and 512 gigabytes for operating system ROM, and the memory cards that had 128 gigabytes. So, And yeah, it was, give Sony a lot of credit. They went all out on the first one to really target the first people. And then here's something that not a lot of people know. It says the PlayStation had one of the longest production runs in game history of over 11 years. And I'll be back to talk about more of it in a little bit.